my ancestors came from. So I wanted to better understand the relationship between Africa and the United States of America and the relationship that exists as a result of slavery, colonialism, all of those things that have made us who we are and what we are. And so to know Dr. Iwa, who is an accomplished professional who worked for the state of Illinois and who interacts their history. They don't know how we got to be who we are and what we are. And so a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. My daddy used to tell us that you got to drink deep. And so it wasn't that he had no long pedigree of university study, none of that. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid, your ages, there wasn't a single black person, not one, who had a college degree. So knowing about history helps one to understand that history is not just his story, that history is also mystery, my story. Each one of us have a story. Each one of you have a story. We simply want to help prepare you to be able to articulate that story and to be able to convey it to your children so they will understand the responsibilities that in here, anti-violence prevention, because those of you who are here are not going to be engaged in violent acts, and you're learning violence, the group activity, mentor zone. Green has to do grass and growing and farming. And they're part of a program that teaches young agriculture about the wholeness of food that we can consume and how we can improve our health simply by what we eat. I have two friends here who are members of, one's a current member of Congress, other Nigeria, and they are in the United States interacting, talking about the connectivity and how it is that we connect those, and to see all of us here engaged together, it makes me feel that we're doing something meaningful. We're not just talking about interacting with young people. There are a lot of people who talk about what we need to do with young people, but they don't do it. So all of the adults who are mentors, all of the adults who people, I commend you because I say that you are the salt of the earth, the pillars of the universe, the shoulders upon which the next generation stand. And so the fact that you of their being means that you are new world. When a Margaret Walker world began, let a new earth, let a new people arise. You are that generation that she was talking about. So to have you with us is just simply great. And so the idea of raising sons, I never make a speech generally without paying tribute to my parents. What my parents taught, and what the people in the community, the people at church. I was so thrilled the other day when I was introduced by a fella at an event, and he mentioned the fact that his grandmother happened to be a teacher that I mentioned all the time in terms of saying that I went to a one-room school and Miss Beatty King was our teacher. And he said, Miss Beatty King just fell off my seat in terms of having the connectivity of the impact of that grand lady's life, not only on myself, but the impact that she had. I am going to ban this gentleman. I mean, I'm going to call the church, get his phone number, and talk about it. We used to teach us, and she was at times her husband doing the harshest part of drive her in his wagon. They didn't have very many cars in that community. And the few that they did have did not belong to African Americans. So it is so wonderful. Who do I want to ask? Dr. Ewart, why don't you?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Iwan. As the Congressman has said, I've been with him for the past time ago. He has been an epitome of goodness. He has been a man of integrity. He has been someone he is, what he is, and what he has done. I met him when as soon as I got my PhD from the University of Illinois. He was in the city. I worked with them at the city council. When he moved to the county, I followed him. And since then, he has done wonderful things in my life. He is somebody I can emulate. And for those of you sitting down here, when I will give my speech later on, I'll Mr. Jackson always says, you are somebody. Don't forget that you are somebody. You have the interest of yourself first, the interest of your family and the interests of your country. Seeing my congressman rise up, and the most important thing that we see today in this world is who are you? Who is around you? And what do you benefit from being among those you can be proud of? That leads you to, number one, determining for yourself that I will be like that man. And ladies and gentlemen, I have been and will continue to be like Danny K. Davis. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. The youth lead. The purpose is to provide the framework for the development of young leaders. And I don't like making reference, but I must tell you that I started teaching some years old, arrived here. I was a crackerjack about. I taught Sunday school. It meant know your Bible. And the people who none of them had any college degrees or anything, they provided an opportunity for us, teenagers, to learn things, how accidentally dirt you on the ground, that the boy could pick it up and demonstrate. I used to pick wild flowers for my girlfriend. I didn't have to have a lot of money. Recite poetry. Do things without thinking that you can't date unless you got $50 or $100. You go out. And they taught us principles. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Esther, Job, Ecclesiastes, Solomon, Songs of Solomon, Matthew, how Jack Daniels or something. But principles and concepts provide that task left.